we're seeing an increase of bad drivers at an alarming rate. Each year, the number of reported accidents and injuries continues to grow. I don't mean the occasional mishap, but I mean continual habits on just the basics. I have a theory as to why so many drivers are so terrible. So stick with me to the end to find out. But as it stands now, this is an epidemic and will only continue to get worse. I'm well aware of others who call out these bad drivers, but they don't go far enough. If you exhibit any of these negative traits, then you need to quit driving until you can get a better handle on things and figure out why what you've been doing was wrong. Because otherwise, it's only a matter of time before you hurt yourself or someone else. Here's a list of 8 in no particular order. Number 1, driving while on a cell phone. We're in 2025 and yet people are still driving, holding their overpriced bricks to their faces and cutting off half their vision and all their attention. Contrary to popular belief, the human mind cannot multitask. Our brains function by focusing on one job at a time, meaning that when you drive on the phone, your attention is on the phone, and you're far more likely to get into an accident. Talking to the driver can be enough of a distraction. It's why you shouldn't bother them too much. If it's a casual drive or light traffic, then a conversation or two is all right. But when you need to use a hand to help carry that conversation, rather than driving the 1,000-pound moving missile you're driving, it's a serious problem.
Come on, you really don't know? A street racer.
Oh, yeah, this chick is way cooler than I thought she'd be.
Eat ski? Watch out!
And most of all, you have no excuses.
No, I got this. Sorry about that. Just some bad street racer habits coming out.
If you're trying to come up with one, then you're part of the problem. If the call is that important, then pull over to the side of the road. Put the phone on speaker, or get a headset. Just make sure it covers just one ear, as some laws ban use of headphones. Many modern cars, especially SUVs or luxury models, have Bluetooth connection, so your phone can play over the speaker system. So again, there is no excuse. And if you're the sort that texts and drives, you're even worse. Give your keys to a family member, friend, or lock them up someplace secure. You shouldn't even sit behind the wheel until you've learned to stop that habit. Turn the phone off while driving if you need to. Number 2, slow entry on the highway. This is a much more common issue than you would believe. When entering the highway, you should actually be accelerating. Yes, I understand there is a yield sign. But that doesn't mean that when you have oncoming cars half a mile away to slow down and have it be the problem of the line of cars behind you. No, you're not the only one on the road, so stop acting like you are. There are enough entitled people out there as it is, so please don't add to it. If you happen to find people blaring their horn at you when you're going onto the highway, it's probably because you're going 30 into a 60 zone and a line of cars or trucks are coming up fast. If you're one of these people, just know you're a threat to others on the road. The only time you need to be yielding is if you meet with the incoming flow of traffic and they're already ahead. Then you slow down to merge into the driving lane. Number 3, not wearing your seatbelt. If you're not doing the bare minimum of putting on a seatbelt, you shouldn't be behind the wheel in the first place. If the professionals wear seatbelts, then what makes you any better? They just wear different kinds of seatbelts because of how the bucket seats they sit in are designed. Not wearing a seatbelt is like riding a roller coaster without any supports. That annoying beeping from not wearing a seatbelt has saved more lives than you could imagine. There were over 9 million vehicles involved in accidents in the US alone in 2020. And out of that, nearly 39,000 fatalities. Without seatbelts, that number could easily have gone up 10 or even 100 times worse. It's been such a problem that it is illegal in most places in the world to drive without wearing one. When cars were originally designed, there were a great deal of fatalities because of a lack of such safety features. Now it seems like Darwinism is in effect. For those unaware, Charles Darwin was the scientist behind various theories of evolution and natural selection. Natural selection essentially being survival of the most suited. Those who can adapt to their environments will live, and those that can't, die out. Meaning when people talk about the Darwin Awards, it's these sort of people they refer to. Please don't be a statistic. Wear a seatbelt. Number 4, not using your blinkers. As I've stated earlier, you're not the only one on the road. The roads don't belong to you. It doesn't matter that you pay taxes to maintain them. So does every other legal resident. Using your blinkers is such a basic concept, you should know this from driving school. You should be using your blinkers all the time whenever making a turn or changing lanes.
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lane? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
And don't use your blinkers right before making a turn. Have them on for at least 1 to 2 street poles from the actual turn. Remember, you're not in a street race. Additionally, you should be aware when your blinkers are on and not keep them on all the time. Make your turn or turn them off. The exception is when you need to use your emergency lights, which if you drive slower than the posted speed limit or need to pull over, make sure these lights are on. Number 5. Lack of yielding. As I've brought up earlier, not knowing when to yield is dangerous. You yield to oncoming traffic, especially when you're coming out of a parking lot, entering a highway, going through a roundabout, or when someone is trying to change lanes. Yes, when other people use blinkers, that means if you can, you should give them space to get over. That doesn't signal for you to speed up or cut them off. But yielding doesn't mean stopping. It just means you slow down to give the driver with priority or right-of-way the chance to go, or making room if possible for lane changes. If you have the right-of-way, that means you go. Otherwise, you'll end up slowing down the flow of traffic, causing other issues. All of this so far is just basic common sense. Or rather, the basics you should have learned from driving school. And to all of you who want to become professionals, you need to master these basics before I show you how to actually drive like professionals, like in Project D. Number 6. Throwing out trash while driving. You pose a threat not just to the environment, but other drivers. This one is especially true of smokers. Most cars have a built-in ashtray feature, so use it. If you don't understand why this is an issue, see it like this. The cigarette butt isn't fully put out, it gets tossed out and lands on someone else's car. It could potentially cause a fire, or be enough a distraction that it could lead to an accident. It's even more dangerous if the person our garbage ends up hitting is someone on a motorcycle. Besides, not everyone wants to drive over your leftovers. You may not realize it, but it could lead to popped tires if it's sharp enough. So at the very least, this one is a simple fix. Just carry some bags in your car and collect your trash in those, and you won't have to worry about being pulled over to be fined. Number 7. Not understanding traffic lights. Again, this is basic stuff you should have learned before getting your license. If you don't understand this concept properly, then you shouldn't be on the road. Unless you want to end up on one of those bad driver compilations where millions of people will laugh at you, then by all means. But I have more confidence in you, my wonderful viewer, to be more intelligent than that. This was made an international standard by the Vienna Convention on Traffic Signals in 1968 to have a red, yellow, and green lighting system. The way they are arranged can vary, such as in the US being vertical, while in Japan they're horizontal. But still, the rules are the same. Red means stop. It has some rules similar to a stop sign where if you're in the turning lane, you can make a turn once you first stop and the flow of traffic permits it, such as how in the US you can turn right on red. The exception being if there are no turn signs posted at the intersection. Yellow is caution or slow down. No, it doesn't mean speed up or try to beat the light. Yes, I know most people have this habit and you should break it. The only times you should keep moving is if you're too close under the light to come to a stop safely or already in the intersection. Green means go. Because we have a lot of terrible drivers, you'll have people drive through blatant red lights. So even if it's green and you're at the front, take a second to be sure there isn't anyone trying to run through the light before starting off. Everyone not in the front of the line should continue to keep driving and not slow down until the light turns yellow. Arrows mean you have the right of way or priority to go. That doesn't mean to slow or yield. It means you go until it turns red. Some intersections allow for turns even when this light signal is not active, as long as you yield to oncoming traffic first. Make sure you check the signs along the intersection to be sure you can make that turn. Number 8. Intentionally antagonizing others. Getting the horn from someone doesn't always mean they're trying to annoy you. If you feel the need to start something or take your personal problems out on others like your name is Shingo, then get off the road. Not because this will help make the lives of everyone on the road easier, but could even save your own. There's a reason for all those karma car videos on the internet who poke fun of bad aggressive drivers and Karens. But there's more to it than that. Just in the US, road rage shootings started from 92 in 2014 and jumped to 481 by 2023. You deciding to start trouble could put you on the receiving end of that. And if you think the solution is to just get a weapon, never drive again. Just work on some self-control. That means no tailgating, no following the person home, No brake checking, flipping people the bird, or shouting at the other person. It's a lot more dangerous out there now, and being a tough guy isn't going to make things better. If you really want to get them back, don't even respond to their actions. Or better yet, get proof of their stupidity, then report it to the authorities. Dash cams exist for a reason. Unless you can fix yourself, you'll not only be a terrible driver, but an even worse person. If you don't want to heed this warning, then as they say, mess around and find out. Hopefully it won't be after you're behind bars or when it's too late. As I've said, I have a theory as to why there are so many drivers showing these sort of traits. A lot of it has to deal with the times, the financial, political, and emotional instability going on in the world. More and more people have just checked out to the point they run on autopilot. By shutting off their minds, they've essentially become non-playable characters, or NPCs. The sort of person easily swayed by the content they consume, or influential figures, be it celebrities or politicians. There is much more to this, but this is only the tip of the iceberg. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see my full theory discussing this phenomenon, and how people become NPCs in the first place. Because the truth runs much deeper and darker than you would ever expect. Should this list not apply to you, then I ask you, my bright and charming viewer, to please share this video with someone whom it does. Because if the person is at least aware of their terrible driving, then it's the first step towards improvement. If you found this video insightful, then please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to keep up to date with our new content. Remember, we can't force anyone to improve, but we can raise awareness. And hopefully at least one person can become a better driver thanks to this video.